They say pussy and paper is poetry, power and pistols. Plotting on murdering motherfuckers before they get you. Picturing pitiful punk niggas.
Alright, hi guys. So I'm here with Benedict, and we're just gonna have a little talk about just day game in general, Mexico, Playa Del Carmen, so experiences, that kind of thing. You've got a channel, right?
Yeah, I got a channel. Yeah.
You're not as active now, but you're thinking about maybe just.
Yeah, I want to start doing the videos again. I just took a break because I was working a 9-to-5 job at the time, and I had to private a lot of the infields. So now I'm not doing that. So. Now I want to get back on YouTube again.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So I mean, obviously we're here both in Playa del Carmen. Great place, amazing weather, nice girls, nice place in general just to be. No lockdown or barely any lockdown. You just have to wear like a face mask when you go shopping or to get food and stuff. But otherwise, very free, very open, and very tropical. So yeah, it's a great place to be. How have you found it just generally? Yeah,
Playa is awesome. Like every day you wake up, it's like a bit surreal because you're so grateful for being here, because it's like London is pretty shit. Obviously with the lockdown, here everything's open, like bars, clubs. You got the beach. You got literally girls every second walking past. It's very good for the nightlife here, and. It's pretty crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, what I've found with day game is that, generally speaking, the girls are very receptive. What you do have to differentiate yourself with is there's so many like random people selling stuff. That's kind of almost like the biggest cock block when it comes to day game, I find. Like you have to differentiate yourself from that, and a lot of it comes from doing a really solid front stop, or like if she's walking, doing a front stop.
Oh, you have to do a front stop here, because if you do like you can't. You have to do a solid approach, because otherwise they start thinking, is this guy a salesman?
Yeah, exactly. They just assume, just another guy talking to me on the main street. He's obviously trying to sell me some crap that I don't care about. So you have to just differentiate yourself from that. I mean, to some extent you have to do that even in other places as well, like even in London, like on Oxford Street sometimes, but here it's definitely more the case. But yeah, occasionally you do get a girl like who's either by herself or with a friend, and they're just walking like really slowly, and they're not really doing anything, so it's just easy to stop them. You don't even have to do like a full on front stop. But obviously the better you do the front stop, the more likely she's going to stop and actually want to speak to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of salesmen in Playa del Carmen trying to sell you like weed, cocaine, and it's like only 7 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, it's pretty intense for that.
Yeah.
But I think the culture here is very different to the UK. Like Mexico, the girls are very receptive and off the open, and they give you really strong IOIs, like way more than London. They like really stare at you. Have you found that?
Kind of, but the thing with me is that I, in general, don't really place too much emphasis on IOIs. Just in general, because for me, I mean, I generally just look at like the hottest of the hottest girls. Generally speaking, they don't look at me, or they don't really look around in general. I've noticed a few like girls looking and stuff, but I don't place too much emphasis on that, because the way I see it, if a girl's hot, I'm just going to approach her. I don't give a fuck if she's looked at me or not.
Yeah.
So like,
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it can be good though. Like if she has blatantly looked at you, you can use that as like an opener, as part of the opener, and be like, oh, I noticed you noticing me or whatever.
He was staring at me.
I wouldn't say like, so you got to be a bit careful sometimes, because sometimes they can get a bit like embarrassed and nervous and stuff when you be like a bit too sort of gamey with it.
Oh right.
But I think like it is worth kind of like calling it out, I think, in the opener, but in a kind of calibrated way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'd recommend coming to Mexico. Getting out the lockdown in London. I don't know if it's open now, but I mean, it's just a lot of abundance here compared. It's amazing, been on some crazy dates recently. You said you had a crazy date yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, actually, yesterday was a complete fuck up, because the girl actually ended up being a gold digger, and she was like kind of demanding me to pay for a meal and stuff. So like we went to this like rooftop place. There was like a minimum spend of like a certain amount of money, and I just didn't want to eat anyway. and then she was like, if you don't buy me the food, I'm just going to leave. And I was just like, okay, bye. And that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is like, you do have to be a little bit careful of like some kinds of girls here. It's a bit of an issue. One thing to think about, like here in Mexico and like South America, that you know some girls do hustle quite hard.
Yeah, they do,
obviously
yeah.
they're coming, you know, they're not coming from the same kind of upbringing that we are quite privileged to have. So it's different. But you know, like you do have to be a bit careful that the girl isn't just kind of using you for your wealth. With some girls, for what I'm trying to do now is kind of screen that out a bit more, because you know, I'll ask a girl like what she does for work and stuff, and like try and, you know, figure out exactly what she's doing, what kind of person she is, because you don't want to be in that situation where you're just wasting time like with one of these girls.
I usually try and avoid asking them about their work here, because some of them, because they probably don't enjoy their job. So I say, what do you do for fun? Cause,
that's not bad either.
But I know what you mean, screening them, because I don't mind paying for a girl though if she's already invested, but you don't want to start paying for girls who are just clearly using you. So like if you actually like the girl, that's, you know, definitely buy a dinner, pay for a taxi, but I wouldn't want to obviously deal with a gold digger like that.
Exactly. This one was a hardcore gold digger, and she obviously does it to probably a lot of guys, like tourists around here. I mean, she was like really hot, but she had like, you know, like fake ass, fake tits, quite massive ass, massive tits. So maybe those were like telltale signs, I don't know. But then, you know, you don't know until you know. It's one of those things, really.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I recommend guys to get out of Europe, you know, and head out to South America. Also, if you look like, I don't know what they call it, gringo or whatever, you're going to stand out here, because definitely you look different.
The thing is, here in this specific part of Mexico, in Playa del Carmen, like there are a lot of gringos here. There are some quite high value guys here. So you're not going to necessarily like stand out, but you are going to get girls who are going to be into you, like Mexican girls and like South American girls. Even more so like if you go to another part of Mexico. But the reason this place right here is good is because everyone here is on holiday and they're relaxed, they're chilling out, and they actually want to actually meet guys. Whereas if you go to like a big city, you know, maybe they're afraid of COVID. I found that to be the case in Mexico City. Like there wasn't as much of an abundance as hot girls, and there weren't as many girls who are actually willing to come out and meet you. Like here, you know, if you do day game, not even like super hard, but like reasonable, like you do like fucking hell, like you do like 5 approaches a day, you get a date every day from that.
Yeah, you can definitely.
If your day game is on point.
Well, what do you think about? Because there's always nuances in every country, so I think like they respond better here to instant dates than they do to numbers.
Exactly,
the culture here is a bit flaky, so the girls, if they say they're going to meet you at this time, they're usually always late, an hour late. So
I
feel like you have to do faster escalation here.
100%. Yeah, here, like numbers don't mean too much here because it's very flaky because of the fact that people are coming here for holidays.
It's quite transient, this place.
Very transient place, yeah. So they're coming here for holidays, and they're only here for a certain amount of time, and they're here most likely with their friends. And so if you do manage to get a girl who's by herself, not doing much, you just really want to be going for an instant date. Obviously, unless you're busy yourself at that specific time, there's no reason not to go on an instant date, and try and push it as far as you can, really. People are just coming here, you know, just to have fun, really.
Exactly.
But yeah, what you said as well, girls do tend to be very late for dates. I found that myself. Like every single date I've had, the girl's been like fucking late.
Yeah, really late.
And so the best thing to do is like what I do now is literally like I just say, "Are you here yet?" I say, "Are you here yet?" while I'm at home.
You don't want to be the guy standing there.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking stand there. Because the thing is, even if you what I do sometimes in London is if the girl's super late,
you just go to another venue. That's what I do.
No, in London, if the girl's late, I just go like a few blocks away, a few like a few like 100 meters down the road, and just start approaching again. That's what I do. But the thing is, you can do that in London because it's not that big of a place. But here, because it's a bit smaller, the girl could be on her way and she could see you approaching, and you don't want to fuck it up. That's the only thing here. So that's why I say when the actual time is to meet them, be like, "Are you here yet?" And then if she says yes, then okay,
Or what
I'll
I
be
do,
there in
yeah.
10 minutes. Or otherwise, just oh no, I'm on my way. That means she's going to be there in half an hour or something.
Exactly. Or what I do is I will go to the first venue and then I'll just tell them meet me here.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing in Mexico is that girls, a lot of them try to bring their friends on the first date.
Oh, have you had that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I've not had that actually.
Not much, a bit.
Yeah.
But then another thing, and also they always want to go partying and clubbing. So yeah, you do have to be comfortable doing clubs. If you're not comfortable in clubs, it's going to be difficult here because.
I don't know. It depends. Like, if a girl is just by herself, you don't necessarily have to do clubs. But if a girl's with her friends, then I think clubs is generally a thing. If the girl is with her friend, she's always going to prioritize her friend over you, like 99% of the time. So yeah, that's one thing to bear in mind. It can be difficult to separate the girl. If you're here with a friend as well, it's good to do a double date, but then that comes with another complication, is that your friend also has to be attracted to her friend and vice versa. So there's that issue as well. But 100%, like, when a girl's with her friend, it can be more tricky. I've had that as well actually, where a girl was kind of into me. She wanted to come out and meet me, but she was with her friend, and then she's like, "Oh no, I can't come and meet you because I can't leave my friend at home."
Yeah,
by
I had that
herself."
a lot as well.
Yeah, and then she just doesn't end up coming out.
Yeah, you need your mate there. So yeah, these are the things that we notice with the nuances of Mexico. It's very different to other countries, I would say. Very fast escalation.
It's different to London because this double date stuff barely ever happens in London, very rarely. It's actually quite common in like Eastern Europe as well, I found. In Ukraine, we're doing quite a few double dates as well, me and my friends, when I was in Ukraine. It's a thing in Ukraine. It's actually a thing like generally outside of like Western Europe, I think, and certainly outside of like London.
Yeah,
outside
exactly.
of the UK.
Yeah,
UK is very like, it's like, oh, I'm bringing my friend on a date. That's weird.
Yeah,
that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and the girls are more feminine and they're more open-minded and receptive to the approach. So they really appreciate you going for what you want. I've noticed this. So there's not like any shaming of approaching, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're just more receptive in general. So
yeah, friendly and easy to speak to. That's what I found for sure.
So I recommend you guys get out of England, get out of London in the lockdown.
Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on your approaching girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.